Welcome back. It's Friday today, and last night at about midnight we booked our tickets to India. We head off on Tuesday, so we've done it pretty much as last minute as we've ever booked a flight of this size. It means that we need to do a couple of things very quickly, such as getting an international driving permit for me. So we're going into Canary Wharf, which I only discovered when dropping off the Triumph to Triumph to get it repaired. Had to go to Canary Wharf, and suddenly I realised, wow, this is quite an interesting place. So I am going to take you with us into Canary Wharf, show you a bit of it, and hopefully I get some luck with this international driving licence. It's one of these things, I really don't know if I actually need it. I got it last year for Indonesia. No one asked for it at all, but I don't want to not be able to get a Royal Enfield in India. So I'll cover myself here and get one just in case.
This is the train to Heathrow Terminal 4.
Smoking is not permitted anywhere in our stations and trains. This includes
I'd never have guessed this up until about 2 months ago. Canary Wharf is one of the most interesting places in the UK because it is a microcosm. It's its own little world, its own little entity within itself. 1 square mile surely can't be much more than that in the central business district here. You can live, you can go to the gym, you've got dentists, doctors, all of the big banks here. You can shine your shoes over there. And walking down here, we're underground at the moment. There's an entire city completely underground, which means it's almost impossible to find anything because you have no idea if it's underground, above ground, or on ground level. So it takes about 20 minutes to find any coffee shop. But there is one of the biggest selections and biggest ranges of coffee shops per square metre here that I think I've ever seen. It's almost limitless. And you're walking on here, it's prime lunchtime now. Have to go down escalators, navigate all the shops, all of the businessmen on the phones. Jonathan. No, Jonathan, I said close at 10%. If we're down any more than 2% today, heads will roll, Jonathan. Hang up. Off to Trailfinders to book skiing in Switzerland for the weekend. Don't worry, London City Airport is 5 minutes away in that direction. You want a Jaguar or a Range Rover? It's okay, that's upstairs. And if you want an Omega watch, that is 100 metres in that direction. There is everything you need for the successful businessman or woman here within a 200-metre walk. It is eye-opening. That's a nice change. That brings back memories when you used to go into a post office and there used to be 4 or 5 people on the checkouts. Nowadays you go to a post office and there's one person who finishes at 1 p.m. But that is my international driving license, and that will allow will allow me, yeah, they're more interesting, aren't they? That will allow me to ride Royal Enfields and anything else I want in India and possibly Sri Lanka if we go. I'm going to give you just 2 fun facts. The average salary, as far as I can tell, in Canary Wharf, £100,000. It's also, I mean, just let that soak in. It's also incredibly safe because, and I hope my friend is correct in telling me this, otherwise I apologise. All of the banks pay a lump payment and they build that or pull that all together and hire private security here. So not only do you have the police in Canary Wharf, you also have something like 600 private security personnel patrolling here to make it what is possibly one of the safest places in Europe. I hope I'm correct with that, but it really does feel very safe. I can imagine if I were a banker with a Rolex watch, it does genuinely feel like one of the safest places, certainly in the UK, that I've been. Surprisingly nice. And it may look like a concrete jungle, but apparently on the roof there are huge amounts of green spaces on the rooftops of these buildings. I mean, just here there's Ernst & Young, there's Morgan Stanley, there's Chase, there's Barclays, HSBC, all of the huge banks all around here. Fast forward about 24 hours, it's now Saturday evening. Monika's phone ended up breaking, so apologies. I have no idea how long this video will be, but we spent 4 hours in Apple Bluewater today trying to get a resolution to Monika's phone that's broken 4 times in the past 5 months.
Too much filming, I think.
Yeah, I know. The thing that this is the problem. We push the phones to the limit, filming with them about 3 times a week, and yeah, and this one is not enjoying it. So we ended up getting a brand new phone. Finally, after 4 hours negotiation, brand new phone given to us. Let me just say, moving on from that, because we're now sorted with India, or a phone for India. The difference between Canary Wharf and Belvedere, and Monika's looking at me shaking her head, but I find this so interesting. There's no crime in Canary Wharf. I know because I can feel it. You can you get a sense that if I were walking around with a Rolex watch and a wallet full of cash, no one would rob me in Canary Wharf, no one. But you go 3 miles east to here where we are in Belvedere, crime is rampant. There are no laws here. You steal what you want. Just last night, we don't need to turn the TV on here, Monika was enjoying watching a shoplifter running out with 2 bags of Lidl food. And the whole of Lidl staff were chasing him. And both of them got so worn out, the perpetrator and Lidl staff, that it turned into a pigeon stepping race. They were walking slower than walking pace, running away from each other. So we don't need a TV here. There's so much crime here. This is just a cinema screen, the window. Why can't things change? Is there no way things can change? I'll leave it there, but I just find it fascinating the difference that 3 miles can make. We're all sorted with India, finally. We were meant to be going last year, but the visa website wasn't working in India. I have no idea why. We just gave up, so we went to Bali. But this year, finally, I'm so excited that we're going, and the next video will be in India. We've booked flights to Mumbai, but nothing else at all. We have nothing or no clue about Mumbai. We've spent no time researching it. We just know this will be our first port of call. I'll get into that in the next video in Mumbai, but the prices are not what I expected.
In Mumbai?
In Mumbai specifically. Yes, specifically Mumbai, but I'll get into all of that in the next video. Right now we've got Domino's pizza coming, we've got a couple of glasses of wine, and Monika's dirty secret, really. She's a ridiculously big boxing fan.
No, don't say that.
So much so that if we're at my parents' house enjoying my father's birthday, Monika has to excuse herself and leave the room to watch a boxing match. And tonight we've got a boxing match on that Monika has to watch. So we've got a couple of glasses of wine, Domino's pizza coming, and we'll just have a nice chilled out one before we head off. So thank you so much everyone for watching. We'll see you in the next video from India.